So for CSS parent and child, let's create another file. It will go under that folder. Which folder? Internal folder. Under the internal CSS folder, click here. CSS by parent child .html. CSS by parent child .html. Start with HTML. Follow the head section. Use the script, not the script, style. Follow the body. Under the body, you will follow the UL and follow the LI. Follow E tag also. Okay. Right here from home, product, customer, something. Product, customer, technologies, services, after that clients. Now from here you will copy right one H1 LI without parent tag. LI without parent tag. Copy 3-4 LI from here and paste here. Now in that you can see E tag is the part of LI. After that LI is the part of UL. UL open close, UL LI open close. Now A is the part of which one? LI. A is the part of LI. E become the child of LI. Now Li become the child of UL. Bottom section you can see we have written the A tag. It is inside the Li, but Li is not under the UL. Here we are going to understand how to address a child element with the help of their parent. Okay, how to address a child element with the help of their parent. Suppose, for example, if you write here E color red, font size 30 px, not 30 px, 20 px, and check once. The color will red and font size will be 20 for how many elements? For all the elements or only one? You can check once. Which element is going to reflect? All. It will happen to all only because you have not mentioned any particular limitation. You said like yes, A tag. Now which A tag? Which A tag? Not sure. In current page, how many A we have? It should apply for all. So this becomes CSS by tag name. In current page, wherever the A we have, everywhere it will get applied. Becomes CSS by tag name. Please write slowly. Let me know once you have written. I will show you once. For example, does it appear like this? All A converted into red color. All the A converted into A color. Because we have not written any condition at all. Okay. Let's go here. Write text hyphen decoration colon none. Text decoration none. You will find underline got removed. Underline will get removed from all the elements. All the A tag, whichever the A tag we have in current page, it remove all the underline of all the A tag. But our question was different. Our question is, it should not apply for all the A tag. It should apply for only a specific A tag. Now which A tag? Those A tag whose parent is Li. So, but you can see here he also parent is Li. Here also parent is Li. So first keep as a Li and then A. Now it will address to those A whose parent is Li. Yes, I'll receive your call. Hello. Yes, Pina. Okay. Okay. Selenium is there one weekend. It's a regular morning. I think it's starting. So that we will update it today. But tomorrow demo, if there is a demo tomorrow. There is other person. I will give your number to her. She will follow up you in some time. I am in the class now, so problem is that. I will call you at somewhere 1:15, 1:20 nearly. No problem. Okay, hope written. Now decoration is none and all the A. It is applying for all the A which is under the Li. But you can see here also we have the Li, Li and A. Still it is not able to reach to the particular element. It is applying for both the element, upper section also and lower section also. Come down. Now UL is the part of which one? Sorry, Li is the part of UL. Write that one. Then you say, you will find it will apply to only those A tag it will apply to only those A tag whose parent is li. It will apply for those parent tag whose it will apply for those A tag whose parent is li, and li parent should be ul. So it is going to follow now a route completely. It will check the parent, then child, then only it will reach to the child. Now it will not apply for the bottom li, it will apply only for the which li? Upper li. Right? It is same exactly like suppose in a street there is a two houses. In both the houses there is a two houses, house number 10, house number 20. Both are in the same street, and both the house owner name is Ganesh. Both house owner name is Ganesh. House number is different, but both the house number is owner name is Ganesh, and both the Ganesh has a son, or maybe not the owner name is Ganesh. One is Ganesh, another one is Mahesh. Mahesh also have a son called Rajesh, and Ganesh also have a son called Rajesh. Now in one street, how many person? Two person. Rajesh belong to same street, but one Rajesh belong to Ganesh, another Rajesh belong to where? Mahesh. Now in envelope will come for the particular person, where it will go? Mismatch will happen. So we cannot find directly by the name. We have to check what is his father name. Right? We will find, okay, those Ganesh whose father is Mahesh. Not Ganesh whose father is Suresh. Those Ganesh whose father is Mahesh. Right? HTML tag also says like same. It says like in one current page, there can be multiple li, multiple A, but which A you are talking? What is their root? Where is he staying? What is their address? So we say not all the A. Only those A whose father, whose parent is li. And there can be two li. There can be multiple li, but again pointing to the which li? Those li whose parents should be ul. Then you will address properly. There can be in one page multiple ul, li and a. Then what will happen? We have to apply the ID. The first ul will be different ID, and second ul will be different ID. Then instead of addressing through the ul, we can address through the ID. That is our next example. Okay, now come. So it is applying for a specific A, not all the A. Come there now. Right here. Before that, write li inside the li, keep display colon inline. Display inline and padding somewhere 20 px. Display inline and padding total padding 20 px. Okay, hope written. Now it is applying for how many li? All li or a specific li? All the li. All the li. Because in current page multiple li we have, so it apply for all the li. We want to limit that. It should apply for those li whose parent is ul. So what will happen now? Ul space li. Ul space li. So those li should convert into inline whose parent is ul. See here, it will apply for the first one. It will not apply for the second one. Happening. Now go there. Another line you can write. A colon over A colon over, when you touch the A, what should happen? Their color should convert into green color. When you touch the A, their color should convert into green color. A colon hover, color equal to which color? Green color. Move the mouse on, move the mouse on A tag, move the mouse on A tag, see what is happening. It will happen for all the A. Wherever the mouse will go, color will convert into green color. Again, we want to limit it. Which A? Those A that is under the Li. Again, those Li that is under the UL. So what will happen now? It will not happen for all the A. Only those A whose parent is Li and only those Li whose parent is UL. Understood how to write CSS for a child of a parent? So instead of OLUL, it can be ID, it can be class, okay, it can be anything. Let's copy this last two block. Last two block we can copy and write as an example. Copy this two and paste under which file? Developer guide. Example for parent and child. Example for parent and child. So now we added, save it. Next is called this one. How to write the CSS by ID and how to write the CSS by class. Create next file, CSS by ID.html. Hope working for everyone. Okay, next after that, CSS by id.html, CSS by id.html, HTML start end, feed also you start and end. Style also start and end. Body also start and end. Now inside this, follow one division. Give id equal to 1. Right there call header. Right call 2. Two. Repeat 2 3 times. One ID we have called 3 times. That meaning it's wrong only, but we will understand how the ID is going to work. Now, what we understand the meaning of ID in our day-to-day life? Unique or duplicate? Unique. Any ID should not be duplicate. It must be unique. In this page, you can see ID 1 is 1 time. There is no problem. But ID 2 is calling 3 times. Big problem. Your JavaScript will confuse straightforward. Okay. CSS will work now. There is no problem. Okay. We have some rule regulation for that. We'll write it. So ID always represent. Let's go. How to create the ID? ID in HTML, you have to write ID equal to name of the ID. It should start with the alphabet always. Should not start with the number. Next, after that, in CSS, you have to write a hash. Hash represent the ID. Hash used to create a ID in CSS, and in HTML, ID used to call the ID. Yeah, ID equal to particular, but in CSS hash. Okay, so we have two ID. Now write for first one, padding 30 px, background, margin also I'll write here 1%, text align center, font size 30 px, background blue, color white. Okay, ready? Sit now. Applying for first one. Is applying for the first division. It will apply only for those places where you are calling the ID. Now see, there is so many division, 3 divisions are there inside the page. It is not getting applied for division or paragraph or body. It is getting applied for those division whose ID is 1. Instead of div, you can write other tag also. Let me write here college A, section open and section as a close. No problem, it will apply same. Okay, because you are saying like it is not tag specific, it is ID specific. Those element who will call this ID, he will get this much of feature. So section tag is calling that ID. So section tag will get that all features. Okay, section tag will get all the features. Now what about 222? For 2, there is nothing written as of now. So there is no value at all, just plain HTML. Now let's write for 2 also. Suppose has 2 we write here. So whatever the for the 2 you will write, do you think it will apply 3 place or only 1 place? Because ID says unique, it should apply only 1 place. In CSS, there is no problem. HTML and CSS will work on duplicate ID also. If ID is duplicate, your CSS will work much better. Same CSS will get applied both the places. But your JavaScript will not work if the ID is duplicate. JavaScript will say, sorry, there is the 2 element with a similar ID, where to go? Okay, it will take the first one and it will ignore the remaining one. Okay, now write a CSS where for the 2 I'm talking. For 1 you saw it's happening. For 2 you write a CSS so that in 1 line 3 blocks should appear. 3 division we have below, no? Right? 3 division we have. Write some CSS so that all 3 divisions should come in 1 line. Background should be pink color. There should be some gap. Do something. Write something. For which one? For ID2. Possible? Right. Anything, right? No background, height, width, float, margin, padding, all we have. Write something. So, but write anything you write, no problem. But 3 divisions should come in 1 line. Write some CSS for 2 in such a way where 3 divisions should appear in 1 line. Height should be something, width should be something, background should be something. Hope you are writing. Hope written. 3 blocks are coming in 1 line. Cool. So hope you have written like this. First you given the margin. How much margin you given? I will give 1% here. What should be the width now? Total how many blocks you want to bring in 1 line? 3. What is the total screen size? 100%. 100% divided by 3. 33.33 minus margin. Which margin? 1% left and 1% right. So it will not come 33.33, it will come 31.33. Actual width should be this much, 31.33%. But since you are given the margin 1%, 33.33 is the actual width. In that you have to minus margin also, 2%, 1% left, 1% right. So you cannot display 3 block in that way. It will display only 2. Calm down. Keep background pink color. Give height also 300 pixel and apply a property called which property? How to bring side by side? Float. Without float, it will not come. Display inline not here. I will guide you where to use display inline. Okay, display inline for something else and float left and flex some for something else. Okay, we'll discuss on that. Where to use the float left, where to use the display inline. Okay. Save now. Now hope you can see how many blocks. Only 2 are coming in one line. Third is gone to the new line. Now why third is gone to the new line? Because a space is not there. So what should be the width? 33.33 actual width minus margin 1% left and 1% right. 2% you have to minus here. 31.33 will come. Then it will apply the total width. You can check once. Right? Coming how many? 3 are coming in one line or only 2? 3 should come in one line now. Please check and let me know also. Is that 3 block is coming or 2 block is coming? 33.33 if you give, how 3 will come? 33.33 is the actual width. In that you are saying 1% leave in the left and 1% leave in the right. It will not work at all. Three should come. Follow the bottom 2 CSS, 3 block bottom definitely. 3 is coming now. Yeah. The blocks are coming. Hope for everyone 3 block. Only 2% replied. Look like confused. So that 3 block, 4 block we remove from mind. Okay, we are going to work on that. How to create the ID using hash. How to call the ID? ID equal to particular ID excluding hash. While calling the ID, we should not give the hash, we should call only the name of the ID. While creating the ID must start with the hash. So copy any one block, maybe first or second, you can copy this. Copy this and come to your developer guide and add over there. Copy this and paste into your developer guide. As an example, okay. So added in developer guide. Now let us see how to create a class. We have a small rule for this both ID and class. Now create a next file css by class.html. Next file will create css by class.html. Now you can take the copy of previous file, that is your css by id, and paste in this file. css by id.html. We have copied and pasted onto the next file css by class. Now how to create the class using dot. The second one, two you have created, follow as a dot. So it will become as a, yes, it will become as a class. Now while calling that, you have to write here class equal to class equal to 2, class equal to 2, class equal to 2. Okay, hope written. Now check now. Page output looks similar or different? Similar? Yes. Now how to create the ID with the help of hash. How to create the class with the help of dot. Now when to use the ID and when to use the class. Now look in this file. The previous file we have followed wrong method purposefully. In this file you can see header. Let me run this page. In this file you can see header. Header design is only one time. Header design is only one time in this file. But these three sections, what is coming down, similar design is 3 times. Right? Similar structure is 3 times. Complete similar, we have to remember in one page, one type of design you need only one time. In one page, one type of design, any structure. In one page, one type of design you required only one time, you will use the ID. You will write the CSS using ID. Okay. What will be the benefit? Using same ID, you are applying the CSS, and using same ID in the future, you can connect with JavaScript. Using same ID in the future, you can connect with Ajax, jQuery, Ajax everywhere. ID will be remain same. CSS will also work, JavaScript will also work, Ajax, jQuery all will work using same ID. In which case, in one page, one design is only one time, then we will use the CSS by ID. Now CSS will work, and in the future JavaScript will also work, jQuery will, everyone will work. Okay. Another question: when to use the class? So in one page, one type of design, similar design is required many times. Then we will follow the class. So in this page, you can see the blue color is coming how many times? One time. So it's the best practice to write the ID. Now, not only current situation point of view I'm talking about the future situation also. Once you write the JavaScript, how it will work, you have to write the ID. Once you write the jQuery Ajax, then how it will work, you have to write the ID. So in future, if you are given the ID now, unique, so using same ID, CSS is connecting, and using same ID in the future, JavaScript, jQuery Ajax, all will get connected. Okay, so ID will be one and technology will be multiple, all can communicate. Coming to the class, if design is similar and that also many times, then if you are using the ID, your JavaScript will be fail. JavaScript will say like one ID you are calling 3 times, confusion for me. I cannot reach to all because ID is same. JavaScript will reach till first, second and third it will ignore. So in that case, we have other option, how the JavaScript can reach to second and third also. Okay, we can give unique ID for all. Common class and unique ID. Class remains same, ID will be different. ID especially for JavaScript and class especially for CSS. Okay, so let's come to the code now. We understood how to create the ID using hash. How to use the class using dot. Okay. That is one difference. Other difference, where to use the ID? In one page, one type of design is one time, we will use the ID. In one page, one type of design is many times, we will use the class. Then what about the ID? No problem. ID will give unique for all, for future purpose, so that it can communicate with the JavaScript. ID will be reserved for the JavaScript and class will be reserved for the CSS. In fact, JavaScript can communicate with the class also by tag name also. jQuery can communicate with the tag name also by class also by all features are there. Okay. Now come. Copy this to clear or not clear. Where to use the ID? In one page, one type of design is many times, then we will use the class. And in one page, one design is only one time, we'll use the ID. Even class will also work, but the ID will be best practice so that multiple technology you can link up together. Right here. You can write in your own way. Where? In ID. Go write a single line of definition in ID. In one page, one type of design is required one time, we'll use the ID. And in one page, one type of design is many times, we'll use the class. Hope written. Now let me know through chat. This is one page in front of you, one scenario in front of you. There is one page. Someone is asking to design something like this. This is one navigation line. This is one banner section. This is one middle section, left side section. This is one right side section. And there is one more in the bottom. Something like this. First one, ID or class. First block, ID.
Class.
Third block, this one.
ID.
This is ID or class? ID.
ID set.
Okay. ID. This is also ID. This is also ID because all are unique. All are unique only. No? Our theory says in one page, one type of design is one time, then will follow the ID. One type of design is many times, then will follow the class. In C, you can see all are different. Nothing is similar. All are different. So ID is suitable. Now coming to the next. When I go here, what is running in your mind? ID or class?
Class.
Definitely in your mind, after looking into the condition, automatically solution should come out. So for this, the blocks what we have created, the blocks are what is created. It is not the ID. It is called as a class because design is different. Clear? Okay, design is not design is different. Design is same. So we'll follow the class. Okay. So whenever you open the website on internet from now onwards, okay, when you go to the Flipkart, product will come, photos will come, no? All the product will have similar height, similar weight. All the product will have similar color of the product name. Product name will be color, same font size. Price will be different, but the color combination, font size remain same. That will be based on what? ID or? That will be based on class, not based on ID. But class is for the which purpose? CSS connectivity. Keep in mind, if you want to communicate with the JavaScript, you have to make unique ID. Or you can write through class also, but little more code is required. Little more code is required. Now suppose in class we are sitting 20 people. Okay, there is a two Ganesh. Someone will come. He will say, Ganesh, please come out. Who Ganesh will go? There is a two Ganesh. Either both will go directly, both will go or none of will go. He will say you go and he will say you go. Confusion happen or not? Now the same person, because inside the person is calling inside the class, saying like, okay, inside the class number 3, Ganesh, please come out. There is a two Ganesh. Which Ganesh will go? That is the question. Right? So in that way, what will happen now? We have to identify Ganesh number 1, class number 3, Ganesh number 1, class number 3, Ganesh number 5. Right? So what is he representing here? Group is only one, but everyone have a unique number. Correct? Class is only one, everyone have a unique number. So we are, yes, it may be one more Ganesh is there on the class number 5. Okay, but the person is not saying class 5, person is saying class 1 Ganesh 5. So where under the class 1, look for the Ganesh 5. Okay, right? So what is that represent? It represent like completely a kind of, you can say, management only. It's what? It's a data management only. No? You are not mixing all together, you are separating it. Instead of handling manually, you are asking the system to do that. System says like, brother, I'm very intelligent. You give me proper way, then only I can process your data. You are saying, okay, no problem. You look for the ID. Now system will search in current page, where is the particular ID? There it will go execution. If you say no class, then in class, how many people? So many. Now all will not happen together sequentially. In class, sequence number 1, sequence number 2, sequence number 3. Okay. Come now. So hope in this you understood the difference of ID and class. Okay. So how many way you can write the CSS now? 5 ways. CSS by tag name, CSS by tag group, CSS for a parent and child, CSS for a ID, and CSS for a class. The Bootstrap, we have a library to study further. Bootstrap is not based on ID. Bootstrap is based on remaining 4. Bootstrap is not based on ID. We have how many options? We have 5. We have. Let me open this developer guide. Look at here. You have written yesterday. You should not forget that. What I am? CSS by tag name, CSS by group, tag by which one? Parent child, by ID, and then by class. Now out of this, right? Out of this, as a developer, you follow any method, no problem. But remember the rule. At the place of ID, should not write the class. At the place of class, should not write the ID. Okay. No. Number 2, we have a lot of library to study. In that, we have one Bootstrap. Bootstrap is not based on ID. Bootstrap is based on remaining 4. Remaining 4. Okay. What are? Tag name, parent, child, class, and then you can say this one. By what else we have? By tag group. Okay, that method they follow, because the people who have written that, they understand the people will use JavaScript also. For JavaScript, they have left the ID. Okay, developer, it's your own wish. You create any ID and integrate with the functionality. ID is free for you. Class they have made. Say like this class for this purpose. Text danger for red color. BG danger for background red color. Classes are exist. We need to call and use that ready-made material. So those are the next level after learning this. Okay, come down. Now quickly we can create a template where we will be combining everything. By ID also, by class also, by tag group also, and everything. Okay. So which folder is going on? Under the internal. Okay, internal. And you keep in mind, on internet, whichever the website you have seen till date. Okay, all are following these 5 methods only. Okay, all are following these 5 methods. Now, how much property you can remember and how much value you can remember, it's up to you. but all are based on this 5 methods only. Okay. Create a file called template1.html. Template1.html. Take 1 minute of time. Hold on. Status ID. Okay, so in this template file, what we want to do, first design a layout here. This photo, let me remove. There should be one section like this. One section should be on the top like this. One maybe purple color, no problem. One section. After some space, there will be another block, empty block of white color. There will be one more block here in blue color. This space may be little up down. This we can keep in a blue color. So we'll take this color and clear as a blue color. After that, next we'll have another section, little big height, something like this. Okay, white color only. After that, we can add one more block in the bottom. This one in black color. That I can fill with the black color. Okay, now you see. How many section we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 sections. So in HTML, to divide the page into multiple blocks, according to HTML4, we follow the div tag, div tag. According to HTML5, we follow the section tag, section, section tag. So we are going to follow total 5 sections, and for each 5 section we'll give different ID, and for all we'll write different CSS. Okay. Come. The page name is template1.html. Start from here, go here, follow the head section. Under the head section, follow the style, come down. Now follow the body and right here section, give block 1, ID equal to block 1, ID equal to block 1, block 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one will not be block. Fifth one will be footer. And footer will be always one time. There is no matter of conflict. So we'll give directly as a footer. And right here, footer here. Footer here. Right. So 4 sections are ready. Change the ID for that. Block 1, block 2, block 3, and block 4. ID must be different. Block 4. Now come to the body part. In body part, for body is a tag name, and that is appear. Now you will ask why we have given ID for all the section. Why we have given the ID for all the section? Why not for the footer? Because footer you are going to use always one time, not multiple time. Body you are going to use only one time, no matter of conflict. But section you are using how many times? 4 times. And we want the design should be different. So in that case, conflict will happen. So we thought, okay, let's give unique ID for all. And whatever ID will write, section remains section only. All are section only, but the design will be different based on ID. For body, write the background is sky blue or maybe orange color, and right inside margin somewhere 50 px from left, right, top, bottom. There should be gap of 50 pixel from all the side. From all the side there will be gap of 50 pixel. Okay. Next, after that, background is coming in orange color. Orange color is coming. Let's write the CSS for block 1. As block 1 background as block 1 background. First one was purple color. Purple. Give the padding inside 30 px. Okay, or give height. Leave the padding. Follow the height. Height 30 px for first block. Right for second block, height little more, somewhere 70 px, and background is a white color. If now block 1 and block 2 is working or not? Should be block 2, not block 1 both. One is block 1, another one is called block 2. Hope something like this. Next, after that, which is that? Block 3. Write some CSS for block 3 also. Block 3 give the minimum height. Okay. Block 3, sky blue will be the background. Sky blue will be background. And minimum height 500. Minimum height 500 px. So block 3. Ready? Block 3, which color? Sky blue. Now footer is coming in the last. Write some CSS for footer also. For footer should be background black color and height.
4 blocks are there.
Hmm?
Sir, 4 blocks are there.
4 is also there. So what was the design? Okay, block 2, how it, what we did? Block 2 it 70 px. Block 3, okay. Then block 3 convert into block 4. Block 3 convert into block 4. Color as a white. Text align center. Block 3 also we can add here. Block 3 will be in blue color. Height 40 px somewhere or 50 px. Try here. Getting? Design is ready. Check now. Total 5 blocks would be ready. Purple, white, blue, sky blue, and after that, black. Similar. White is written here, footer here, right? Footer here. How to bring the footer in the middle? Footer is written in very top. We want to bring in the middle. Confirm padding. Any other solution? Padding only. Padding top you have to write. Okay. Padding top you write, it will come in the middle. So written the padding. How much you wrote padding? Padding hyphen top, right? 50 px or 30 px? Padding
50.
top, 30 40 px. Height got increased. How to manage that? Reduce the height to 70. Simple. If you have added the padding, padding will increase the height. Reduce the height. Reduce the height, automatically it will come in middle. If you reduce the height, it will come in middle automatically.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello?
Sir, we can add max height also, right?
Will still. We have not written anywhere, no max height, mean height. Max height is there, max width is there. Both are available. Okay, hope running. Footer is ready. Okay to manage. Now, the blue line is coming. In blue line, can you write something in white color? How? This is the blue line, third one. First, please check everyone. Is it looking similar or something else? Okay, cool. Now under the block 3, use E tag. Keep inside home, keep inside about, contact, login, register, and all. Home, about, contact, login, correct, register, and put this one in white color and apply some space also. Keep on that one in white color and apply some space as well. Okay, so for block 3, what you have written? Have you written the height? You have written height or something else? Height. Remove height, put padding. PADDING, padding 30 px. So that the line will come in the middle. Padding 30 px. So line will come in the middle. No height. For block 3, put padding only. So that line will come in the middle. It's coming in the middle. Now color combination is your task, and applying the space between two A tags is your task. I will send you some photos as a homework. You can try that. It may be little difficult photos also. It's only like divisions, block wise. It will be row wise also and column wise also. You can try it your level best. Next class tomorrow is Friday. You will not log in tomorrow. You will log in on Monday. For tomorrow, I will give you. Tomorrow is Saturday. For tomorrow and for day after tomorrow, I will give you somewhere nearly 10 photos. I'll send you. Okay. By 7:30, if I'm unable to send, someone can ping me in the group. Okay. You can ping me like I send the photos. It will be remembered for me.